Hey guys, this is Matt. We're going to try out a new format today and do a video blog. So I'm going to just give you some tips over video, and hopefully this is just as beneficial as some of the stuff that I've been writing for you. So today what we're going to talk about is 5 tips on filling vacancy. It's something that every landlord has. It's unfortunate, but it's just part of the business. Tenants are going to move out, they go other places, so you got to fill those vacancies. And what you want to do is you want to fill them aggressively to get good applicants in, so you can have your pick of applicants. What you don't want to do, which is, I've been in this boat where you take whoever applies for a unit. You don't want to just apply or just take whoever applies for your apartment. Not the right thing to do. You want to have some standards for what your application should, what your applicant should have. Things around income, eviction history, criminal record, amount of money they have in savings, job, that kind of thing. And it's also a law in most states that you have to have your standards for your rental anyway. So number one, outside of vacancy, have some written standards. So once you have those, then now you got a time to drill down and really get that vacancy rented. So here's a couple of ideas. 5 ideas actually on how to get those vacancies rented for you. Number one, and this is all over BiggerPockets. We actually got this idea off of BiggerPockets, so thank you to who wrote this. But do an open house. Open houses have been great. We've been doing them for a while now, and we have found that people come out. People find a way to get to your apartment. So what I first told myself when I heard about open houses, well, what if they have to work? What if they have to be somewhere else? They requested, Tuesday at 3 o'clock. I want to be there then when they said. But you know what? Unfortunately, what I find is tenants sometimes don't show up, or prospective tenants don't show up for a one-off showing that you do, and you just wasted a half an hour of your time to do that showing. Whereas if you do an open house, tell them, I'll be there on Wednesday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. and I'm going to be doing an open house, and I'm going to have lots of people come through, and you should come too. They will find a way to get there. And the other thing you want to do is have multiple open houses. So if they can't make the one on Wednesday from 6 to 8, have one on Saturday from 12 to 2. And I promise you, if they're interested enough in your apartment, they will come to one of those. And we've had lots of people book for these open houses, and people that have called off of our Craigslist ads or our newspaper ads, and that promised up and down the street that they were going to be at that open house. And you know what? They didn't show, which means they probably weren't going to show up for that one-off appointment that you had anyway, so you save yourself some time by doing the open house. I typically will walk away from an open house if it's properly marketed with 2 to 3 applications from the open house experience. So I highly recommend them. Next thing is, this kind of funnels into the open house as well, but it's a separate line item, or separate action that you can do, is do a move-in special. So that could be something like, today is November the 19th that I'm shooting this. So that would mean that if you move in by December the 1st, I'll cut December's rent in half. So that could be half a month's rent for the month of December. Something like that. You never want to discount security deposit, guys. You never want to do that. You want to just cut a little bit off the first month's rent. It's typically a move-in special. Another thing you can do, I've seen other landlords do this, where if the security deposit's there, get a full first month's rent and discount the second month's rent, because then they have to pay everything to get in the door. They show you that they're financially viable to get into your property, and then give them the discount after they're in for a month. So that's called a move-in special. That's what we do. Other landlords will offer things like a flat screen TV, which these days you can get for about $400. So if that's equivalent to 50% of your rent, give them a flat screen. Walmart special or something like that. $300 or $400, you can get that. So things like that for signing, but you want to have the move-in special only kick in if they sign the lease on a certain day. We had people for one of our rentals tell us, I don't want to move until January. And I said, well, just so you know, we do have a move-in special for December the 1st. They've said, in that case, I'll apply now so I can move into your unit December the 1st and take advantage of that move-in special. So that's another good idea. Refer a friend. This really works more. Refer a friend program works better for apartment complexes, or if you've got small multis, even down to a duplex. If you've got a good paying tenant, you know what? Good people know good people. So if you've got a good tenant that's in one of your units, they probably know other good people that would be, a strong upstanding citizen that would pay their rent on time for you as well, just like that one tenant's doing. Of course, don't go to your tenants that are slow pay rents, or that are participating in activity you're not happy with in your buildings. So don't go to them and ask them to refer a friend. Go to your good tenants and say, hey, if you know anybody, please send me a referral. And you're allowed to pay them. I don't know if legally or not, but I pay my tenants for referrals, and you can pay them, offer to pay them anywhere between $100 and $300 for a referral of a good tenant. So create a little brochure. Tell your other tenants that. Tell them about the open house. So this all could tie in together. Tell them about a move-in special and an open house. That you're going to do for the refer a friend program. So that's the third item. Number 4, this just came up for me the other day. I've got an apartment complex, and that's back in a neighborhood, and on the corner there's a church. And I was putting out some open house signs, and some people were doing yard work in the church, and I asked them if they were parishioners of the church, and they said they were. And I said, just so you know, I've got an opening in the apartment complex right back here in the neighborhood. And they asked for my information. I gave them a card. And you know what? I got a call the next day from a parishioner of the church that said, hey, one of my fellow churchgoers just told me about this open house that you're having, and I couldn't make it. I'm so sorry, but I'd like to come to your next one. I'd like to turn in an application and hear more about the apartment. Da, da, da. So look around the area. Go to local stakeholders around your rental. That could be the guy that's renting the storefront, the convenience store that's on the corner. It could be the church. It could be the gas station. Anybody. Ask the people that run the businesses if they'll let you put up a sign in their storefront, because you know what? They want good people living around their business as well. And get to know the owner of those storefronts, or of course the churches and those kinds of things too. Those are all people that can help you. So look around the local area. And the last one, and this is tough for some landlords, but evaluate your rents. Look on Craigslist or other rentometer.com, rent-o-meter.com, rentometer.com, or Craigslist, and research the rents that you're looking to charge for your vacancy. Make sure it's market rate, because this is what happened, guys. Let's just say, for an example, you have a unit that's rented for $1,000 a month, right? If you don't rent that unit in that month, you've now taken $1,000 out of your pocket for the year. So to extrapolate that out for an entire year, you would have made $12,000 over a 12-month period, right? Pretty simple. If you have to drop that month off and not make that month's rent, you drop your rent by 8%. So it goes from $12,000 down to $11,000. So not to get complicated with the numbers, but your rent for the year reduced by 8%. So you actually would have been better off not charging the $1,000 from the get-go, but charging $920 to take off 8%, right? So you're better off on the first of the month just charging a little bit less. So research those rents to make sure you're at market, because if you don't, then you could end up losing a month or several months by charging more than what the market is, and you would have been better off financially charging a little less and having that unit filled for longer. So quick summary, guys: open houses, they're great. They save you a lot of time. Move-in special. People love incentives. People love to save money. And people don't want to spend $20. They want to spend $19.99, right? So have a move-in special, and offer a deal on the next month's rent for when they move in. Refer a friend program. Good people know good people. Look around the area for local leads. Churches, storefronts, those kinds of things, because they want good people living around their properties too. And of course, evaluate your rents, because you don't want to lose a month's rent for charging too much. That's what I got for you today, guys. Thank you for watching, and please leave some comments down below here on your thoughts and maybe some other ideas that you have on leasing your vacancies. Have a great day.